Okay, welcome to the MLB 100 opening day game. Just a quick thought of what this is. The MLB 100 is spanning the MLB's first 100 seasons as a league. So the National League was founded in 1876. That would later become the MLB. So I would honor those NL pennants from 1876 to 1902. And then from 1903 onwards, it's the World Series as normal until we stop in 1975. So, now with that being said, this is this is a season. You go through it. There are 16 teams in this. Okay, the requirements to being in it, you have to.
So fast you missed the year. I might just disappear to feel like I skipped the year. I ain't got to fear. I can risk losing it. What are the benefits? Or should I hold it tight? Turn on my clutches instead of just letting it go. I'd have been wrong before, but the fact it wasn't that long ago. I even hit the bottom low, but that was just part of my growth. My heart's always broken. I guess I'm starting over. And now my battered soul is going back through the motions. I'm just half of a whole who once had no control. It was breaking my oath. It was happening over and over again. That wasn't gold, so I had to take hold. Sad how it goes when you don't even know to begin. It starts with me, I must admit. I've been a problem, but still I can't quit. Just spend my time complaining to no benefit, but nah, making a contribution, so that makes me the solution. It starts with me, I must admit. I've been a problem, but still I can't quit. Just spend my time complaining to no benefit, but nah, making a contribution, so that makes me the solution. Follow me now if you ready to do more than just talk. Walk with me, be the solution.
under the lights as the show gets you ready for another edition of Major League Baseball. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the San Francisco Giants and the Atlanta Braves. Major League Baseball on the show is next. Charlie Morton, a right-hander from the Garden State of New Jersey, gets the ball here. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Well, Matt, this guy's properly nicknamed Ground Chuck because if he's on, you're going to see a steady diet of ground balls. Very important for Charlie Morton that his middle infielders on their toes. He should induce a lot of ground balls. Changed his arm angle a few years back after modeling after Hall of Famer Roy Halladay. Charlie Morton has been a very solid and dependable starter, and I expect him to pitch well in this one.
Tommy La Stella is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1.
First pitch, 7 o'clock.
Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
Yeah, this is straight survival mode. Down 0-2. The numbers are definitely not with the batter here.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. And we'll see some 40s before things are said and done tonight. Right now, 51 degrees at first pitch. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Here's another 1-2. And this is swung on and missed on a great pitch that time, and the leadoff man is down on strikes to get this one started.
One thing to know is not all strikeouts are created equal. Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound work for it. And when you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference between that and going down on 3 or 4 pitches.
Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt. The windup and the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Clyde Washington.
Yeah, Matty, Clyde's my type of umpire. I didn't mind the low strike zone, and that's exactly what he has. If you're not going to give him above the belt, I'm okay with it.
D-Row, you know, one of the things I guess with Clyde is he is a real good low strike umpire. Pitchers seem to like him more than hitters, but one thing I will say, he has a very consistent zone. It's a low zone, but a consistent zone.
Buster Posey.
Here's Buster Posey now. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. He'll attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind, 0-2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Giants down in order, and now the Braves will step up for their first opportunity to score. Logan Webb, the California-born right-hander, is on the mound. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Well, this guy's kind of unique. How about a 5-pitch repertoire that he has? That gives him a lot of options for both righties and lefties. And if he's on, he could be really tough to hit.
Now into the box, Eddie Rosario. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For the Braves, the left fielder, Eddie Rosario.
Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. That strike two. High in the air into shallow left center. Bryant comes on and makes the catch in shallow left for out number one.
Batting second.
And time now to take a look at how these Braves are lined up in this one. Who do you have your eye on, Dan?
Well, Matt, I'm excited to get a chance to see that left-handed hitter, Freddie Freeman. He won the National League Hank Aaron Award last year. That goes to the best offensive player in the league, hands down. That's why the award is there, and he was so deserving. He's a heck of a hitter.
And the pitch. Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. And there's out number two.
Batting third, the second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ozzie Albies, looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. Here it comes. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Base hit into right center. Around first, digging for two. And he'll make it to second base now with two gone.
It's always nice to get something cooking in the first inning, even with
Batting
two
fourth.
outs. Now your cleanup
Third
man
baseman.
steps to the plate and has a chance to drive in the first run of the game.
Standing in now, Austin Riley. And he'll quickly send a line drive to center field. And that's in there, base hit. A run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0.
What a frustrating inning from a pitcher standpoint, Leroy. You get the first two out of the inning, the next guy doubles, and then you give up a two-out base hit to drive in a run.
Yeah, and you want to talk about on the complete flip side, firing up an offense. You see your two boys go down, two quick outs. You mix in a gapper right there. Double finds himself on second base, and he's able to come through. Next guy's able to come through with a big two-out knock.
Jorge Soler is in with two away as he takes a ball 1-0. Hit in the air down the right field line. Wade gets under it and makes the catch to end the inning. Braves get a couple of hits here in plate one. Second inning set to go, and stepping in is the veteran shortstop, Brandon Crawford.
Brandon Crawford.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Line shot to first, and there's one away.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 23.
No one on with one down, and into bat next, former National League MVP Kris Bryant. Outfield shaded a bit to left center. The first pitch lifted in the air toward the line and right. After it is Soler, and that gets down, and we'll see if that's extra bases. Around second now and headed for third, and he's safe.
Well, that's their first hit of the ball game, and they make it count as he blisters this thing to the outfield and cruises into third for the triple. We'll see if his teammate can pick him up so they can get their first run, too.
Mike Yastrzemski digging in at the plate. Hit sharply on the ground. And this is a base hit, and that'll get him on the board as this ball game is tied at 1.
No, you try and execute a pitch, Dan. I'll leave you to answer that. But right there as a batter, you see the infield back. You take everything, all the variables into consideration. You're not trying to do too much. Anything on the ground that stays off the corners gets you an RBI. Now mix in the fact that it found a hole, and he's got a knock to go with it.
You know, it's so frustrating as a pitcher, D-Row. You think what you make is a good pitch. Infield playing back. A ball is able to sneak through. A base hit and a run batted in. So close, but yet so far from getting out of that inning unscathed.
1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. Now the 1-0 towards second. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit. The throw to third.
Everybody needs a little love in their life right there. Nice piece of hit and get you some right there. A little soft liner. He definitely wasn't on that baseball, but he got a little luck involved, a little love, and that thing found a hole right there into the outfield.
In is the third baseman, Evan Longoria, and he fouls this one off. Comes set with the 0-1. Swinging a hard liner to center field. Duvall makes the catch, and now they might be able to double them off at first. Throw back to second, and that's a double play. Giants will have to be content with just the 1. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And up next, former San Francisco minor league property Adam Duvall.
Adam Duvall.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And he'll lay off a fastball here in a good spot, but ruled the ball 1-0. Good zip on that one as he just throws it by him for strike 1.
Hey, this pitcher better be careful right here. My man at the plate is not trying to push something to the opposite field.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
Take a step back right here. After 3 fastballs in a row, there is no chance he throws you a 4th.
The 1-2. All over that one, but a little out in front. Foul ball.
Man, he's going to be kicking himself when he goes and watches the video after this one. That's a changeup. 2 strikes in the wheelhouse. You cannot miss that pitch.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
Here's the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. And they go right after him here as he swings and misses. Strike 2. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Hammered the other way to deep right field. Right fielder looking up to the track, to the wall. A leap at the wall, but forget it. It's gone. A home run. Travis d'Arnaud with the solo home run. And now it's 2-1 in favor of Atlanta.
Yeah, and if If you remember the previous pitch, he couldn't get around on a fastball and was mad at himself. Well, there's nothing to be mad about anymore unless you're the guy standing on the mound wondering what just happened.
Dansby Swanson lining up to
A
hit.
shortstop.
As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Lifetime versus this pitcher. He's hitless in 3 at-bats. Here's a bouncing ball headed for Crawford at short. Reined in. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Batting ninth, the pitcher, Charlie Morton.
The next to bat for Atlanta, Charlie Morton. Here's the first pitch to him. Swing and a little blooper to center. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Boy, D-Roy, you're talking about frustrating as a pitcher. You have the pitcher up with 2 outs, and he extends the inning there with a base hit.
Yeah, it's funny. I've hit 8th in my career, and the grind was to try and get the pitcher up so you could waste that out and flip the lineup over. This guy took it into his own hands and did just that. By getting a knock, now we could have some issues here.
Fouled off. It was a fly out for him to start the home first. Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now. Back up the middle and in for a base hit.
The first baseman, number
And now
5.
time will be called here as you
Ready.
see the pitching coach making his way out to the mound to pay a quick visit. So next up will be Freddie Freeman. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Here's the 1-0. Popped up. La Stella will put this one away, and the side is retired. Braves able to tack on another courtesy of the solo shot. We've played 2. It's now 2-1 Atlanta. And now in the box, Logan Webb.
Leading off for the Giants, the pitcher, number 62, Logan Webb.
Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1. On the outside, Black. Good pitch called for a strike. And they'll try to bounce a curveball on 0-2, but he holds back. It's 1-2 now.
Hey, the fish ain't biting there on that 0-2 breaking ball, but you got to be careful because this pitcher might throw him another one.
Got him swinging in the dirt. Darno gathers it. He'll throw down to first, 1 away.
Up next,
So it's back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring in Tommy La Stella to bat
La
next.
Stella.
First pitch on the way. Hit in the air down the right field line. After it is Soler. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
Now batting, the first baseman, Brandon Belt.
Next, it'll be Brandon Belt. First pitch of the AB now. Lifted the other way out to left center. Rosario will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Giants are down 1-2-3. Our score remains 2-1. Bottom of the third now. Well, that'll bring up Ozzie Albies.
The second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
Here's the first pitch. Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball. Hit hard on the ground towards second. LaStella has it, and that's the first out.
Now batting, third baseman, Austin Riley.
So next to hit is Austin Riley, looking to follow up the RBI single from his first at-bat. Now here's the pitch. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. A 2-1 score here as we play inning number 3. And it's fouled away. Here's another 0-2. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
Pretty textbook pitching right there. Jump ahead in the count 0-2 and then start working outside the zone.
Right
Easier said than done, but that's the way you do it.
Soler.
In is Jorge Soler. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. Flew out in his only at-bat so far. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Super important situation right here for the pitcher to go 1-2-3. Get back in the dugout, regroup. He struggled early, but if he can knock out this 1-2-3 inning, I think he can right the ship.
2 out, nobody on. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Braves. They lead it 2-1. And that'll bring up Buster Posey. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Buster Posey.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Look out as this bat shatters on impact, but this will get foul for strike 2.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and it's just about every at bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
Got him. So he's down on strikes for the second time here tonight. Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate, but probably too good to take. And he's down on strikes for the second time.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the black. Beautiful pitch. And even if we had robot umps, he'd still be out. But the only difference would be he wouldn't be able to complain about it.
Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Good hard sinker swung on and missed. 0-2.
Sometimes you just can't overthink it. If a guy can't hit a certain pitch in a certain quadrant, why would you throw him anything else? Case in point, this guy's cold zone is away, and this pitcher keeps attacking that exact spot.
So with 2 gone here in the 4th, let's check out our pitch speed comparison for the 2 starters. Both guys topping out at 95 miles an hour. Now it'll be Chris Bryant. He smacked a triple and later scored his first time around. Loud contact off the bat of Bryant and sent deep to left. And gone. An absolute bomb. Chris Bryant leaves the yard with a solo shot. And the Giants have come back to knock this one up at 2 apiece.
Hey, that's the price you pay right there when you try and sneak a fastball past this guy. Power hitter, and every power hitter in the league knows you got to start with the numero uno, number 1, man. You got to get on the heater and adjust to everything else, and he did just that.
To the plate now, Mike Yastrzemski. As he'll come up empty that time on a sinker at strike 1. He singled in his first AB. Back up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit. The tag, and they'll get him at second, and with that, the side is retired. But bye-bye, baby, as the Giants are able to tie things up thanks to the solo dinger. Bottom of the 4th coming up, and we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Bottom of the inning now, and up next, former San Francisco minor league property Adam Duvall.
The center fielder, Adam Duvall.
First offering. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Hey, not normally a good plan to throw 3 consecutive sliders in a row. This guy's slider is so good, I think he might throw it again.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Into the box now, Travis d'Arnaud, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. Perhaps he can drive another one out of the park just like he did back in the 2nd. He comes up empty that time as he's underneath it. 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. High in the air out towards shallow right. Wade will drift over to his left a few steps as he takes it for the 2nd out.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Dansby.
Next up, Dansby Swanson. He bounced out last time up. Now here's the pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0.
Wouldn't mind the pitcher expanding the zone a little bit more and using his aggressiveness against them.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Hey, usually the 2nd time through the order you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. Hits are even right now at 5 aside. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Center fielder giving chase. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Braves are set down 1-2-3. Through 4, we're deadlocked at 2 apiece. All set for the start of the inning, and next to bat will be the outfielder, Lamont Wade.
The right fielder, number 31, Lamont Wade Jr.
Now the first pitch. falls behind 0-2. And now pitch on the way. 0-2 pitch is a curveball that misses 1-2.
That hook stayed up in the zone. You can see he struggled with that curveball early. He's trying to find that release point with his off-speed pitches. We'll have to see if he can find the feel for that thing moving forward.
Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Legs churning. He's headed for second. And the Giants are in business here on the leadoff double.
Let's take another look at just a textbook swing right there. Good weight transfer, good hands to the ball, solid contact, and great extension through the ball.
Yeah, that's about as pretty as a swing gets. Nice look at it there from our camera guys as well. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Center fielder on the run. He gets there to put it away, but the runner tags and breaks for third. And he'll get into third here on the fly out, so he's 90 feet away here with one gone.
The pitcher, Logan.
So in now for San Francisco, Logan Webb. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0 is laid off for ball 2.
Can't fall behind against the pitcher. Need to minimize pitch count against the easy outs, and this is certainly one of them.
And that's by him into right field for a base hit. Notch 1 in the score column as the runner from third crosses the plate.
Boy, D-Roll, that's a case right there. He hit it just like he throwed it, soft. Not hit all that hard, but gets the runner in from third.
Yeah, but you know what? Tomorrow's newspapers are going to be wrapping fish, so who cares?
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side. 2 hits for the Giants lead to a run in the inning.
I'm out to chase money in case. Clean up base, pick up the pace. I'm out to chase.
So in now is the Atlanta pitcher, Charlie Morton. He singled first time up.
Yeah, he showed like a little prowess with the bat right there, Dan. I'd be surprised if they don't attack him a little bit more carefully this AB.
Fastball too high to start him out here 1-0. Maybe a little jumpy there as he swings through the fastball. 1-2 now to the Braves pitcher.
You rarely see a pitcher of this quality throw one right down the middle, and man, as a hitter, probably a good chance you're not going to see that pitch again.
And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
You certainly know he's not trying to work around the pitcher, but sometimes the hardest thing to do is to throw a strike to a guy that you know won't swing the bat.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Now, I know he struck out there, but for a pitcher, that's a pretty solid at bat. Anytime you can make an opposing pitcher out there work and throw quite a few more extra pitches, that's a quality AB in my book.
At the plate, Eddie Rosario as he rips it on the ground to second. On to first, and there are 2 down.
The first baseman, number 5.
So 2 out, nobody on, and that brings in Freddie Freeman. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch.
Hey, this is a huge at-bat right here. This pitcher wants to end this inning and have 3, 4, 5 due up to start the next inning.
The windup and the 0-1. Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. Into the windup and the pitch. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball.
We just saw a fastball right there. I would not be shocked if he tries to get this guy to go fishing right here and drops a little off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Another 2-2 offering. And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. Down in order go the Braves. They trail 3-2. Top half of the sixth about to get started, and here comes the first baseman, Brandon Belt.
Baseman, number 9, Brandon Belt.
Here it comes. The 0-1 delivery. Popped him up. And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1.
The catcher, number 28, Buster.
Digging in next, Buster Posey. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point. Curveball fooled him there as he's way out in front.
I love the fact that this batter continues to be aggressive, but after striking out twice already, maybe he's got to take a step back, see the ball a little bit deeper, and be willing to work deep into the count.
Looking to send him packing again. Snatched out of midair at first base for out number 2.
The batter, number 35, shortstop,
Brandon Crawford digging in next. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Gotta find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have
a dive, and he knocks it down. And no chance at a recovery here, as despite a great effort that time, they won't get an out on the play.
the left fielder, number 23, Chris.
Digging in next will be Chris Bryant. He gets a shot to hit here in the inning following the 2-out single.
Yeah, and that hit might not amount to much, but anytime you could extend an inning and give a guy with plenty of pop a chance to swing it, the outlook of an inning changes dramatically.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike 1.
This is why pitching is so difficult. You're cruising along to give up a hit. Now you've got to lock in and get this middle part of the order done.
And he connects with it. This one's hit deep out to left center field. And that is off the wall. And he's going to score with ease, as the throw will be too late. So much of this game is situational hitting, guys. Nice job there.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to pick your teammates up when you're given the chance, and he doesn't try to do too much right here. He just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high-fiving teammates in the dugout.
A.J. Minter, the lefty standing 6 foot even, takes over the pitching duties here. Into the box, Mike Yastrzemski. Ground ball sent back up the middle, and that'll get through into center field for a base hit. And this will not be close, and the run will score easily.
You know what I like right there, Dan, is the batter's approach. Not trying to do too much, just taking it right back up the chute again, staying within himself, and just knowing that anything to the outfield gets him an RBI.
Yeah, that's a good piece of hitting. That's a great point, D-Roy. I think a lot of times hitters go up there trying to do a little bit too much. Sometimes you just have to go ahead and hit the ball where it's pitched, and a good job and a run batted in.
Lamont Wade is the batter now as he looks at a ball of 1-0. On the ground to the right side. That's through. Another base hit for him. He's 3 for 3. He'll hold at second, and there are 2 aboard now.
Boy, D-Roy, when you're starting to swing it like this team is, doesn't matter. They bring in a new relief pitcher, right? And he gets greeted with back-to-back base hits.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you want to do. In today's day and age of bullpen down your throat, you very rarely see back-to-back knocks when these guys are throwing smoke.
That's one of the keys, too. When you come in facing guys out of the bullpen, they're being taught to throw strikes early, and they're taking advantage of it. He's throwing strikes, and they're jumping all over him.
First offering on its way. Evan Longoria swings and misses there, so he's down 0-1. His career numbers against this pitcher, just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. And here's a ball in the air now, carrying a bit out toward right center. And no trouble for him as he makes the catch to end the inning. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits. No errors and a couple of men left on. Heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5 coming up. It's the Giants 5 and the Braves 2. Bottom of the 6th inning now, and standing in is the power-hitting second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
Offense needs to get going right here. You want to try and tighten up this game a little bit before it starts to get into that territory where you're going to start seeing the back end of each bullpen.
1 ball, no strikes the count. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. And this is taken for a called strike. Oh, that's a tough call. Now 1-2.
Great job on those last 2 pitches of varying speeds. Gave him a hard fastball, and then he locked him up with a changeup.
Late making contact on that swing, and will do it again on 1-2. Into the windup and the pitch. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Man, this guy's on his game today, not only when he's throwing strikes, but how about the amount of strikeouts? What's even more impressive, no walks up to this point. So he's pounding that zone with strikes, and he's making these hitters swing the bat.
In now, Austin Riley, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time. Now the 2-0 home. Grounded to short. There is Crawford, and that's the 2nd out.
Now batting, right fielder, Jorge.
Next to hit is Jorge Soler. He hits with 2 away as they continue to trail in this close game.
Well, Matt, this has been a big inning on the mound. He's had to face the middle of the order, and so far he's held them at bay.
Yeah, this feels like the kind of inning we'll look back on at the end of the game, even if the result of it changes dramatically here. The 1-0 home. Finds the zone, strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And now a fastball, but he's able to hold off on it, and it's 2-1 now. Two and two to Jorge Soler.
Hey, that was a nasty pitch right there. Ton of rotation on that ball. You could almost see the red dot from up here. Nasty depth.
Had to wait back on the changeup, and he did a good job just to make contact. Ready with another 2-2. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. Braves are set down 1-2-3, and the deficit remains 5-2.
Leading off for the Giants, the pitcher, number 62, Logan Webb.
First pitch on the way. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. Fouled away. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out.
Man, I love watching a pitcher that just rears back and blows smoke by a guy at the letters. That's the ultimate challenge pitch, and for me personally, watching hitters swing and miss, man, that's a sight of beauty.
Here's Tommy La Stella now as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Lifted the other way down the left field line, and he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow.
The first baseman, number 9, Brandon Webb.
Standing in now, Brandon Belt, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. His career numbers in this matchup, not a big sample size, 0 for 1. The 1-0. Hard liner to center field. Duvall finds some space out there for the catch to retire the side. Giants down in order. They're still out in front, 5-2. So here is Adam Duvall. He'll be the man to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th.
The center fielder, Adam Duvall.
Here it comes. The windup and the 0-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Big sweeping breaking ball right there. Good pitch, but if he wants to get him to swing at it, he'll have to bring it in a little bit closer to the strike zone.
The 2-2. Doesn't hit the target. It's ball 3.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
He struck him out the 3rd time he's fanned in the game. What's your take on all the strikeouts we see in the game today, Dan? That was his 3rd tonight, and it seems we're seeing that a lot more these days.
Yeah, Matt, there's been a real change in philosophy as far as hitting in baseball today. A lot of guys think now that an out is an out, a strikeout is just as good as a regular out, but we're seeing strikeouts at an alarming rate in baseball right now. We're moving along into the later innings, and this guy's throwing over 60% of his first pitches for strikes. He'd like to do a little bit more, but so far, so good.
Here's the 1-1. Popped up. Crawford has a play, and he makes the catch for the 2nd out.
Now batting, the shortstop, Dansby Swanson.
Next, it'll be Dansby Swanson. First pitch on the way. Pitch taken. Several inches below the zone, in fact. 5-2 our score as we play inning number 7. Liner towards second, and that will conclude matters here in the 7th.